Since yesterday, I wear the watch my grandpa always wore. I don't suppose that where he's gone, he'll much need it anymore. 'Cause if they've got trains in heaven, I'm sure they run on time. So he's left it here since yesterday. My grandpa's watch is mine. My grandpa was a simple man. He never drank or swore. He never harmed a living thing. No one could love life more. And even though his watch don't run, I hope you understand that I wear it to remind me I should be that kind of man. Could you tell me, please, today is the 5:03 on time? We used to sit and watch her, and he'd say, well, that train was mine. My grandpa used to drive her. He went 30 years on time. So I set the watch at 5:03. Now he'll always be on time. Now that my grandpa's watch is mine. Thank you. Well, all four songs we're doing tonight we wrote. The first two I did, second two Ruth did. And when we were here, I don't know, I guess about 3 years ago, we did a song that I wrote about our son when he was 3 years old. It was called My Little Cowboy. And we were told, don't come back next year unless that's on an album. So when we came back, we had it on an album called The Good Life. And I thought, since so many folks like that one, that would put this one on too. This is one I wrote about our son when he was 2 years old. And we used to live on this hill and look down over on this little airport. And I used to like to take Ryan down there when he was 2, and we'd watch airplanes take off and land. The military would do touch and goes and that, and he loved it. So we're coming out from town one day, coming to that intersection, and I need to get home. I'm busy. I need to turn right and go to the house. And right before I get to the intersection, Ryan says, let's go to the airport, watch airplanes. And I went, what can I do that'll trump that? And I said, Ryan, we have ice cream at home. He said, yeah, let's go get ice cream, go to the airport and watch airplanes take off. I thought about it and I said, yeah.
Why not?
So we did. We went home, filled the igloo cooler full of ice cream, put the beach chairs in the back end of the truck, and backed up to the chain link fence back there. That was before they had TSA. And we sat there eating our ice cream, watching the planes take off. And that was the inspiration for this. My little boy came to me this morning. He looked up and gave me a grin. His eyes told me he needed me, and his smile said I was his friend. So I pulled him up in my big chair, the one he knows is just mine, the one he sits in when I'm not at home and pretends he's a daddy sometimes. We talked about airplanes and ice cream. He told me they were the best, and we decided if we had just those two things, everyone else could have all the rest. Then he decided, well, we should play ball. After that, we would wrestle and run. And I saw what we did didn't matter to him. Just being together's what makes it such fun. Well, then he picked up a book and explained it, though the words didn't match what he read. But I liked his story much better, and the pictures really matched what he said. When he finished, he pulled on my finger, and I knew that meant let's go play. He'd already planned out my day for me, so there wasn't much more I could say. We talked about airplanes and ice cream. He told me they were the best. We decided if we had just those two things, everyone else could have all the rest. Then he decided, well, we should play ball. After that, we would wrestle and run. And I saw what we did didn't matter to him. Just being together's what makes it such fun. Yeah, my little boy, he taught me a lesson as he looked up and gave me that grin. His eyes told me he needed me, and his smile said I am his friend. Because we talk about airplanes and ice cream, he tells me they are the best. And we decided if we had just those two things, everyone else could have all the rest. 'Cause we're together, and that's the best. Just being together, hey, that's the best.
Thank you. Thanks. We live in a beautiful part of the country in the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina. And the mountain over near us, yay, some other Carolina people here? Yay, a few, all right.
No, they're still clapping for my song.
Oh, okay. Go on. Anyway, the mountain next to us is the oldest mountain in the world. It's called Grandfather Mountain. And those science people that know all these kind of things say that it is the oldest mountain in the world, which I think is pretty phenomenal. Anyway, it has really harsh weather conditions up there, sort of like it was here today. They've broken many wind measuring devices up there because the winds are so high. And up on the top of this mountain, in the spring, late spring, there is this beautiful little heather-like flower that blooms, and it just blows my mind that something so delicate and pretty can bloom in such a harsh environment. And it just is a reminder to me that sometimes life is difficult, but there can be beauty found, and there are good things that can grow, even in the hard times. We call this high mountain heather. Thank you. We're going to finish with a quick one that I wrote. There are occasions when I get to teach hammer dulcimer classes to all levels all at the same time. And that's a lot of fun, but it can be challenging. I wrote this last tune that we're going to do for those kind of occasions. And I wrote a beginner, intermediate, and advanced part. And I think tonight I'm going to try and play all three at the same time. So we'll see how it goes. Steve thought it reminded him of the old one-room schoolhouses where, you had one teacher and all the grades together. So thank you again so much. And it's just great to be here with y'all. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as much as we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.